In post-apocalyptic Slutsk, where wild grass and rubble had replaced the football fields, the head coach of the local team Slutsk, Alexander, stood on an improvised bench made of old tires and rusty pipes. Around him gathered several players who looked like they had just come out of a coma, but with smiles on their faces, ready for new achievements.
Well, guys, we had a match with Torpedo Belazed. A 0-0 draw. This, of course, is not what we wanted, but, on the other hand, we did not lose. This is already a success.
The players looked at each other, not knowing whether to laugh or cry. One of them, with patches on his shirt, asked,
"What if we had scored? We would have won then, right?"
Oh, that would be a miracle. But, as they say, if only we would not be sitting here now, but playing in the Champions League in a stadium where instead of stands there are ruins and wild boars.
What about Bunyan?
Asked another player, pointing to his comrade who was sitting in the corner, wrapped in bandages.
It's not a serious injury, just a bruise. I think he'll start working with the main group after the weekend. Unless, of course, he decides to stay in his cozy hole.
And if he doesn't come back? Maybe we should replace him with a boar? At least they can run.
Yes, but the boars have no finishing skills. We need to work on that. We had some good moments that should have been brought to a logical conclusion. But, alas, instead we just finished the match with 0 on the scoreboard.
Maybe we should try scoring with our heads instead of our feet? We have experience with falls.
Yes, but the boars have no finishing skills. We need to work on that. We had some good moments that should have been brought to a logical conclusion. But, alas, instead we just finished the match with 0 on the scoreboard.
Laughter echoed throughout the bench, and even Bunyan, who seemed to be in his own world, smiled.
Okay, guys, let's work on finishing. And remember, even in this world of ruins, where wild boars are the stands, we can still find joy in the game.
And with these words, the Slutsk team once again plunged into their training, full of jokes and hopes that one day they would still score.